Hi everyone, I'm just going to step you through the optional internal just in case you need a little bit of extra help on getting started. So first of all, I'm just going to go through ozone depletion. Make sure that you read it carefully. So remember that you can choose to get assessed for one or both of these two standards here. So this is the 3-credit chemistry standard, this one here, and this is the 4-credit earth and space standard here. And here are just the descriptors of each of these standards here. So that's pretty straightforward to start with. Just note that you can get independent grades for each one of them, and a lot of the work that you do will be for both. So here's a little introduction about why this is important. Read this carefully. So you're going to investigate and present your findings, which means write a report, on the chemistry of ozone depletion and the impact of this issue on individuals and society. Sorry, my good underlining there. You will be required to include your personal response to the issue and a response from a special interest group. So I'll go over this soon. This is only for the earth and space, the second 4 credits part, and it's essentially what differentiates the two. So if you don't do the second one, you don't have to do your personal response and a special interest group. So you're going to be assessed on the comprehensiveness of your report and your evaluation of the impact and the issues that have arisen from these chemical processes. Blah, blah, blah. So you've already got it. It is due on Monday, October the 18th, which I believe is term 4. So you do have the next holidays to finish this up as well. You must process your data. You can do this digitally or by on printing, if you print the information out. And you should understand what processing means now. Basically means you have read the information and you are trying to put it into your own words. Now, putting it into your own words is a little bit tricky in chemistry. There are some things you cannot put into your own words, and we understand this. So while I will use a plagiarism checker, I also understand that there are certain phrases, chemical descriptions and definitions that we don't expect you to change. It's just we do not also expect swathes of copied and pasted stuff from individual websites. So the first thing I suggest you do is to go to the resources. So here they all are here. We've given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good resources. It says these are a starting point and you can use other resources, but these will give you most of the information you need. So a starting point is to go to each of these and then either print or download them into a form that you can annotate and read them through carefully. I would have a piece of paper out on the side and be taking notes as I went if that was the case. This is going to take you a while to do, and at this stage my suggestion is that you keep a list of questions that you have about the chemical processes. So that's your starting point. Once you think you understand what's going on, you're going to start writing your report, and I suggest you just start a draft. It doesn't have to be perfect once you've read all the resources. So, a description of the processes that contribute to the balance of ozone in the atmosphere. There is a cycle called the Chapman cycle, and I would expect you to really be focusing on this and what do humans do to alter these chemical reactions and therefore affect the amount of ozone in the atmosphere. You might want to talk about where the ozone is found. You might want to talk about the layers of the atmosphere. There's plenty of background that you can do, although you don't want to go too much into those. So, a description of the ozone-oxygen cycle, which is the Chapman cycle. You must tell me what free radicals are, that you must look that up and explain that because they constitute part of the cycle and you won't get more than an achieved if you don't tell me what those are. It says equilibrium principles involved with ozone-oxygen cycle. This won't look like your traditional equilibrium processes. So just look at the Chapman cycle and that is equilibrium principles. Please ensure that you use correct chemistry. So use your equilibrium arrows when needed, use hydronium, not hydrogen, just everything needs to be done properly. How you then need to go, once you've done the chemistry that currently exists to keep the amount of ozone constant, you need to talk about how humans, or how the change in ozone levels affect humans in society. So how do they change, and how does this affect us? At that point, you're probably at the end of the chemistry. If you add on these last 2 bullet points, then that is what you need to do to get the Earth and Space one. So a personal response to ozone depletion, which is justified and supported with evidence. So as with everything, it is not enough to say, I think this, without saying why you think that and having some good evidence. And you need to find a group that has a position on ozone depletion. That could be a government agency, could be a local iwi, it could be an environmental group, and you need to find that information and you need to analyse it. That's pretty much it. You can choose however you like to present it. Most people do a written report, most people do it digitally. You can choose other methods if you like. Even a video presentation is absolutely fine as long as you meet all the requirements. Please note that you can submit a draft to me by September the 24th. And please, that does not mean September the 23rd, because if there are 50 of you doing it and you all submit it on the 23rd, no, I won't have time to look at it properly and get it back to you. However, it is a good opportunity for me to check and see if you have got all your chemicals right, or if you've missed anything out, and I will give you information on that. I will not give you a grade. So I think that's about it. That should give you enough to get started. The other thing that I'll probably do is just very quickly click over to this. So this is available to you too. It's a generic assessment. So it's probably a good thing to have a look through of what you want to get for Achieve, Merit and Excellence for both of the standards. I suggest that you go through and tick that off eventually before you submit. So good luck, and if you have any specific questions, come into the Google Meets or when I give you time in class to find out what you need to find out. I haven't gone over ocean acidification. Essentially it's the same. The only difference with ocean acidification is that you will be reporting to Miss Lecky and she will be marking your draft, not me. I'm responsible for ozone. Have a great day. Bye.